Business is the greatest game you will ever play. I co-host a podcast called What One Thing, and after recording a recent episode, this came up in part of the conversation we were having afterwards. And the statement, business is the greatest game you will ever play, it's really, really stuck with me since then. It probably sounds a bit strange, but I really, really do believe that business is, one, it's the greatest game you'll ever play, and two, it's one of the greatest adventures you will ever go on. I suppose when most people think about business ownership, they probably think about things like the long hours, the stress, having cash flow worries, staffing issues, and absolutely a never-ending to-do list. Because, let's be honest, they're not wrong. All of those things are part of a reality, probably of most business owners. The thing is that nobody really knows what they're signing up for when they start a business. You start a business because basically you've either got an idea or you're so my podcast co-host always says, you're a great engineer, and you take that and for whatever reason, you think you can do it better, or there's a better way of delivering that business, or you want more freedom, or you want more flexibility, or maybe you just want something that's just yours. I suppose what you don't realise is that you're signing up for all of the uncertainty. You don't think about that at the beginning. You don't think about that you're signing up for making decisions when you don't really have all of the information. You're signing up for solving problems all the time that you've probably never faced before. And you're signing up for learning skills that you've never needed to have before. So things like being good at recruitment, or knowing how to be a salesperson, knowing how to do marketing, knowing how to lead a team, understanding finance, managing people. And truthfully, if you're anything like me, there are definitely moments when you think, I have absolutely no idea what I'm doing here. I think the funny thing is, every business owner has these moments. Every single business owner out there who's ever run a business, I think, has had those moments. The ones that look like they've got it all figured out, the ones that have got really big businesses, the ones that you potentially admire and look up to, I believe every single one of them have days where they're working something out for the first time. Because that's the nature of the game. Nobody hands you a map. Every new level comes with a new challenge. And every time you solve one problem, another one just appears. And actually, when you say it out loud like this, it sounds absolutely exhausting. But you know what? That's why I love it. Because there's always something new to learn, because you're always developing new skills, because there's always another challenge to figure out or to tackle, because there's always another opportunity to get better, to level up. When I look back at some of the things I've learned from running a business, it sounds very, very cliche, but I've learned more from the difficult moments than I have from any of the easy ones. Why am I sharing this? One, because business is difficult, and I think it can also feel very lonely. And I think if you are a business owner and you are going through a bit of a tough patch in your business right now, because let's face it, we probably always are going through a tough patch. If you're facing a problem you've never faced before, or if you're having to make a decision or decisions that feel uncomfortable or that are difficult, I like to think that simply means you're on the next stage of the adventure. And I think that's worth remembering, because the hard bits aren't the proof that you're failing. The hard bits are the proof that you are still in the game. And who doesn't want to play the greatest game you ever can?